These are the things I wish I knew before becoming a professional photographer. I would definitely would not redo any of this because I've done my time and I'm not going back. It was just too much work. So if you are just starting photography, great. Good job. You made it to the right place. The first one, I already know you're not gonna like. You're just not. It takes a long time to become a good photographer. At least it's gonna take more time than you think. Because when I started photography, I thought I'm gonna get this camera, I'm gonna start taking these amazing pictures. It's gonna be easy. I'm 12 years in, guys, okay? And I'm still thinking these pictures need to be better. So it's definitely a longer process than you think. But here's the good part, okay? I'm gonna soften the blow here. It's fun. It's a fun process. And you enjoy it. If you truly are passionate about photography, you're gonna enjoy every minute, every failure, every corrupted hard drive. I wouldn't recommend that, by the way, having a corrupted hard drive. But what I'm saying is the journey is what makes it fun. If you take away the process, what do you have? Just a good picture. No one wants that. So go through the process, enjoy the journey, and just be patient. Another tip is to just be patient because people try to rush this and they want just instant results. We're all now, it's 2024. People just want instant gratification. With photography, things take time. Your style needs to develop. The way that you shoot and the things that you like to photograph, it's gonna change. So you need to give yourself that time in order to become the photographer you were meant to be. And you can't rush that. It's a long process and you have to be committed to it, like you are committed to a relationship, but much longer, and nobody loves you. That is somewhat personal for no reason. I don't know why I brought that up. Okay, I'm going through stuff. You guys, leave me alone. Let's go to the next one. What's the next one? Your style is going to change a lot as a photographer when you first begin to wherever you are now. So what you're photographing in the very beginning is probably going to be very different than what you may end up with. And this might be because as you're shooting, you'll discover that you like shooting in different types of light, different times of day, certain types of colors, with certain types of models, certain types of locations with except like flash. So you learn all of this just by practicing and taking a whole lot of pictures. I was taking pictures of fences and water bottles. And now I'm doing street style fashion. I'm shooting with girls in agencies, and my style has evolved from that. Just think of like a Pokemon. Think of a Pokemon, Pikachu. Even though I would never evolve Pikachu because he's really cute. There are actually Pokemon I would never want to evolve, and if they evolve, I would just shut the game and then restart it. Then make sure just to skip the evolution. I'm like, stay how you are. You're cute. You're cuter like this. The evolved version looks like a demon. You know, they're ugly when they evolve sometimes. But with photography, you need to evolve. Okay, so don't skip the evolution in your photography. Skip it with ugly Pokemon, but not with your photography. And if you don't play Pokemon, then why are you watching my channel? I'm offended. Learn from the photographers that have work that you like. And this is a big one for me. When I was first starting out, I was looking up all types of tutorials and ways to shoot. And then I figured out that zeroing in on the photographers that really inspired me, that I wanted to shoot like, I saw their portfolios and like, oh, I want to take pictures like this. That helped me so much because I was able to focus in on what they were shooting with, kind of see how they're doing things, how they have their setups, what flashes they're using, and I would go from there. So personally, this one's just something that I like to do. I like to learn from people that I would want to shoot like. It's a tough one because I feel like every photographer has something to teach you, whether or not you want to shoot like them. A lot of photographers have really good technical tips too. You can learn something from every photographer, whether it's something small, how they set up their lights, how they do this. Even though you don't necessarily like their work, you can still take away a technical tip or a tip on how to manage your business or how to organize things. So I would say get tips from people and take away the things that you want to apply. Don't focus so much on the technicalities of photography because you will be stuck just worried about numbers. Do what feels right for you. Shoot what you like. When I was starting photography, I was told things like, you're using the wrong lens, you're not supposed to be using this, she should be in the center, you're not using the right f-stop. all this stuff. People would just give me their advice because they said I was doing things wrong. And then I thought to myself, what is the photography police? Are they really out there? Is someone gonna come arrest me because I used a shutter speed that's 800? There's no right way to do photography. It's just everyone's personal preference. If you worry about the technicalities, let me tell you, you're gonna be following leading lines for the rest of your life. You're gonna be looking for every bridge. You're gonna be looking for every staircase, making sure the model's in the middle of the lines, the leading lines. That's a big thing in the photography community. You guys are not gonna like me for this. I feel like the whole video I'm like, you're not gonna like what I have to say. Buying expensive gear and spending money on photography equipment and gear and accessories will not make you a better photographer, and you're not gonna take better pictures. It is the truth. And how do I know this? Because I've met people with the most expensive gear, and their pictures, they're not that good. And I've seen people with an old film camera that they bought at the thrift store that's falling apart, that uses AAA batteries, and their pictures are incredible. So it's all about your perspective as a photographer. It's how you photograph. I don't want you guys to think that you need that expensive camera, that you need the newest gear, that you need to upgrade every time they release a new camera. I don't want you guys to think this at all. So again, when you are becoming more of a professional photographer, don't think you need expensive gear. You can very well buy used gear and make it work and take some incredible photos. Having the best camera gear is not going to make you a better photographer. Like having the nicest crayons won't make you a better artist, or the best acrylic paints or things like that. I said crayons, I know. You can have all the best kitchen equipment and you still won't be a better cook. Don't buy so many accessories and lenses. I know when we start photography, we're so excited. We want to buy everything and we think we're going to use everything, and that just ends up sitting there. So don't waste your money. Invest it in something else. Invest it in a flash maybe, I don't know. But I really only use 2 lenses mainly and my 1 camera body. So that's really all you'll need. Don't think that you need everything, all the filters and accessories and 20 flashes and 17 strobes. Save your money, buy a pizza, and rent a movie. Essentially what you're doing is you're spending more money to take bad photos on an expensive camera. That doesn't make sense to me. I know people with whole ass studios, okay? Literally a studio with 27 lights. And their pictures are very crispy and not in a good way. That's all I'm gonna say. Less is more. And sometimes more doesn't make it better. More stuff doesn't equal better pictures. Whenever I see a photographer with 1 camera, 1 lens, and just natural light, that's when I know shit's about to go down. We're about to get some fire pictures we're about to see some National Geographic stuff. Sometimes it really is just that basic, simple setup that's gonna get you the best results. And you won't have arthritis afterwards. The toughest one for me to accept is not everyone is your friend and not everyone wants you to succeed. When I started out in photography, I made so many friends, models, other photographers, makeup artists, stylists, and I've had many bad situations. I've had models who threatened to sue me. I literally have I had lawyers contacting me, take down these pictures. I've had to remove YouTube videos. I've had people post private messages that I send them on Instagram and write stuff about me on Twitter. I've had so many bad things happen. Have boundaries, especially as a photographer. You're giving people your images, so just be aware with what they're gonna do with those images. Let them know what's okay, what's not okay. And just keep in the back of your head, not everyone is my friend. Not everyone wants to see me do well. What's that one quote? They want to see you do well, but not better than them. People's intentions always come to light. Their true colors always show at the end of the day. Give it time. Don't be too trusting of people. Don't tell them all your plans. Don't tell people your plans. Don't tell people your ideas for photo shoots, and do your own thing. The right people will stay in your life no matter what. And again, will want to see you succeed, will want to help you, and they will expect nothing for it. They're going to help you, but they're not going to be like, well, I helped you with this. True friends are going to be there for you, will offer to help you, will try to problem solve with you throughout your photography journey. I've had photographers contact agencies for me help me contact models. I've had photographers offer to give me their lens, a lens off their camera so that I can use it, or a filter off of their lens. And these are the people that I look out for, those genuine, good-hearted people. Those photographers 100% exist. You just gotta look for them. There are so many amazing photographers in our community. Don't worry about the followers and the likes and all that stuff. Get rid of all of that, you guys. Don't focus on those people, okay? You'll always have the right people around you, I think, if you just don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. It finally clicked that some people are not friends with me for me. They're friends with me because of me and my camera, mostly my camera. It was all my camera. It was because I was taking pictures of them, or because they wanted me to tag them in something. I don't know. But it wasn't because of me. When it was just me, there was nothing. There was not really a friendship. And so that's when I knew, like, I took away the photography from the equation, and then we got an error. We got an error sign in the calculator. The calculator stopped working. Yeah, the mathematical equation was my life, and nothing was adding up anymore. Real friends are not gonna expect anything of you. They're not gonna be mad if they don't get what they want. If they ask you to do something for them and you say no, real friends are not gonna get mad over that. They're gonna be understanding. They're not gonna care. They're gonna be like, okay, whatever. But people who are simply using you are going to be upset, okay? If they ask you for something, you're not able to do it. So just know those people are definitely gonna pop up in your life. You just have to avoid them like the plague. Not like me. I accepted the plague. I was lying to myself for many years, thinking people were actually my friends, but when I couldn't offer them anything, whether that was something on YouTube, a collaboration, or a photo shoot or anything, I wouldn't hear from them. They disappeared from my life. Eventually, those people see themselves out because you're not offering them anything anymore and they have no more use for you. Sometimes it's a relationship on what they can get out of you, whether that's pictures, or if you have an Instagram or a TikTok that's doing well. Maybe that's what they see you as. So just be cautious of that. If you guys have any tips you want to share, leave them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck out there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Where is your portfolio? That's what you should be asking everyone. What does your work look like? Pull it up. Pull up your work. Let me see the portfolio.